Alright guys, good morning. Hope everyone is doing well. Today it is March 12th. It is March 12th. Thursday, March 12th. Let me know how the sound is working relative to my voice. Let me start to get everything all signed up. Let me see how this is. There we go. Alright guys. I'm gonna have to make myself big so I can sign in, so give me a second. There we go. That'll block you guys from being able to see it. I'm sorry my face is huge. Hold on one second. Yeah, that should block it. Alright. There we go. Alright, that should be good. And look, we got Thinkorswim up already. Alright, guys. Looks like the SPY is again down today. The World Health Organization did declare the coronavirus a pandemic yesterday. And so with that, the market has dropped. As you can see, the market is dropping from 274 to 274.36 to 260. But yeah, people are making money shorting the market because everybody knew the World Health Organization finally called this a pandemic, and so I'm sure a lot of people woke up early to short the market once it opened. But what's up, guys? Let's make sure this is all working. What's up, team? Clearly audible, a little quiet. Yeah, it should actually help. If I do this, and then maybe run my headphones around here, then you should be able to hear me a lot better, and the mic should work a little bit better. So let me know if that works. But what's up, team? Alright. Let's look at some gap ups. I don't think we're going to have a lot of really interesting gap ups unless they're coronavirus related. We do have POAI here gapping up from 214 to 340. We have CEMI gapping up from 310 to 460. We got APT, Alpha Protech, face mask and medical supplies company gapping up more once this was announced that it was a pandemic. We got VIR gapping up. We have FNGD gapping up some. We've got Tesla here. We've got Tesla gapping down. We have TLSA gapping down. We got INO up, I'm sure. Yeah, INO gapping up from 830s to 1024. We had CODX running up here from 1318 to 15. We got Lake. We got NNBC. We got AHPI. And yeah, like I said, we got the most of all, we got the market. We got UWT, so oil is down below $1. And this is at least the oil ETF is. We have natural gas here, which is down too. So oil, natural gas, overall market all down. Most mid and high cap stocks are down some as well here. And so yeah, that's the market, guys. Let me know what you guys are looking at. What's up, Nick? I'll start looking up some news in just a second. Everybody's stocking up on toilet paper because of this coronavirus pandemic. I was explaining this to my wife, and I guess I'll explain it here, okay? So, everybody's making fun of people that are stocking up on toilet paper and stuff. Like, everybody's making fun of people for stocking up on toilet paper. I'm gonna tell you guys why people are stocking up on toilet paper. We've had a few different articles that have come out, and I don't know if anybody else has really said this, but we have a few different articles that have come out talking about making fun of people that are like stacking up on toilet paper and supplies and stuff. And the real reason people are stacking up on that stuff, they're buying that stuff in bulk. The real reason why people are buying toilet paper and buying all that stuff. Let me turn this down. The real reason is so they don't have to leave their house. You know, they're buying that stuff so they could just sit at their house, quarantine themselves, not go anywhere. And then they bring their chances of getting the coronavirus down to essentially zero. But that's why people are doing it. They're not doing it as copycat behavior. They're doing it because they can buy as much stuff as they need. If they have enough toilet paper and enough food and enough paper towels or whatever they need to live their life for a few months undisturbed, that's what they're buying. They're buying that stuff so they can sit their butt at home, not go anywhere, and not catch the coronavirus. Like, that's why they're actually doing it. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do, but I understand it. You know, as a parent, I kind of want to just keep my family home and not go anywhere. But you know, I'm traveling across state right now. But still, that's why people are actually doing it. So don't get it twisted. Like, that's why people are doing it. They're not doing it because they're just copying other people. They're doing it so they can just sit their butt at home and not do anything, not catch the coronavirus. That's what they're doing. You know, and if you really think about it, it makes sense to do that. I want to stay home and not do anything and just quarantine my family. Listen, if I do that, if I don't go anywhere for the next 2 to 3 months and I have enough supplies, i.e. toilet paper, to do that, then I'm good, man. I'm not going to catch the coronavirus. I'm not saying I'm going to do that. I think I'm probably out of toilet paper at my house. You know, I don't think I can even find toilet paper anymore. But I understand it. I get why. I'm not going to make fun of the people that are doing it because in the end, I get it. Like, I understand why they're doing it, you know. And if you really think about it in the way I just explained, it makes sense. And you know it does, you know. And so we'll see what happens. Yeah, money and your remote control is the dirtiest things that you have in your house. 100%. Money, physical paper money, and your remote control are the two dirtiest things in anybody's house. Alright, guys. But yeah, this is AHPI. It is also gapping up from 1470s to 1550. I had a huge win yesterday, guys. I had a huge win. So what happened was I got ready to go to my friend's house, and then my friend didn't answer because my friend doesn't have kids. And so I basically had to just sit here and wait for my friend to wake up. And I'm going to let him sleep. You know, his sister just passed away. And so, you know, I was essentially just sitting here waiting for my friend to wake up and call me so I could go hang out with him for the one day that I was here. And I just got bored, and so I started to trade and attack the market. I ended up making like $400, like $370 gross, probably roughly like $300 net when it was all said and done. And I had a really nice trade on ENPH that was really scary and kind of freaked me out after a certain point because of the spread being so big. But I think I did average down a little bit or average up since it's a short position. But I did have a nice $360 gross profit. I don't know what the net profit of that is ultimately going to be. Nathan Douglas said, "Morning, John. Hey, what's up, bro? Thanks for the good luck yesterday. I accidentally adding to my position has so far resulted in a 12% increase of my account." Hey, listen, brother, be careful. I get it. Sometimes I make mistakes, and they're beneficial for me. They help me out. But what you really want to understand is that by adding and averaging down, just like what I did yesterday, I think what I did yesterday was the wrong move. And so don't think I'm trying to be self-righteous here, because I'm really not. I did it yesterday. But I'm going to explain this to you because it's dangerous for me to do for myself, and I understand it. And so I just want any trader to really understand it, is that when you do that, you might even win a majority of the time. You might win most of the time doing so. But when you lose, it's going to completely destroy your account. And I'm saying this from experience from me as a new trader. Like, averaging down might be beneficial short term. But when you do lose averaging down, you're going to take a much bigger loss than any of your wins. And it's going to compensate plus some for those wins that you got by averaging down. And so just be careful. If it was just a mistake and you don't plan on doing it again, it's all right. Just work on it. But be careful doing it, because again, it could be, it could destroy your account, brother. And like I said, I'm saying this from personal experience. I'm not being self-righteous at all. I did this yesterday, so I can't really talk about, I can't really act like I'm better than anybody, because I'm not. But that's what's gonna happen if you get into the habit of doing that. What's up, Chris? What's up, Manic? What's up, Whoa? What's up, Juan? What's up, Y? Yeah, we can't find sanitizer. Like, we're coming in from Montgomery County in Texas, and crazy enough, we do have our first case out in the county we live in, out in Texas. Scary, man, scary. All right, but yeah, we got a lot of gap ups here. Most of them are coronavirus gap ups. I could trade some of these though, and then we got the overall market. Let's go ahead and we'll start looking up some news here. But honestly, I'm ready to get back home to my normal setup, team. My normal setup. I'm ready to get back. Yep. And it happens, man. It's really easy to do. It's kind of like I've explained it before. It's very similar to the martingale roulette strategy, to where in order to lose using the martingale roulette strategy, you have to lose 6 times in a row when you do it, right? So in order to lose, and it's essentially just doubling your bet and picking the same color every single time. So if you go with red, you double your bet, you pick red again. You lose again, you double your bet again, pick red again, right? So that way you would essentially have to lose 6 times in a row in order to actually lose that session of roulette. And that might seem like, well, you're never going to lose 6 times in a row. The problem is you will. And you are going to lose 6 times in a row. It's really not that uncommon. And when you do lose 6 times in a row, you're going to lose all of your money. Your loss doing that is going to be bigger than all of your wins combined previous to that. And so, it's part of it. And like I said, I'm kind of preaching about myself here, not you specifically, Nathan. I'm not saying that's what you even did. I'm just saying I got to work on it. I notice myself when I get frustrated and I'm like, hey, I'm just going to, do this, or I'm going to add to this position and justify it with my account's big. I don't know, man. Just not the right move, I don't think. All right, nice, Nathan. Yeah, for sure. What's up? What's up, BA? What's up, man? What's up, dude? Spread from eye contact. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Oh, man. SPY back down. SPY's at 258. So let's look at the market in perspective here. We are at this level here in the overall market. We are right here, which is a huge level. It's the biggest level. We're right here essentially right now. Maybe a little bit lower than that. We are right. This is where we are in the market right now. Right here. And so, let's see. This is the lows. Where's the last time we broke this low? I mean, this is the low from the last 2 years. So, I mean, we're retracing about 2 years of wins in the market, which, we'll see what happens here. The market's going to ultimately rebound eventually. It's just about when that actually happens, how long this coronavirus panic and pandemic lasts. And again, I put out some numbers that at least one infectious disease scientist stated on the Joe Rogan Experience, and the numbers that he came up with, or that he thinks, and again, this is pure speculation from him, and so this is me not even saying I agree with this speculation numbers, but simply just restating what he said and what I heard he said. He thinks that there is going to be 90 to 110 million people that ultimately get infected by the coronavirus, by the COVID-19 specifically, and that out of that we'll have, like I said, 90 to 110 million, with about 500,000 people dying from it within the next 3 to 7 months is what he thinks. Now, if you look at those numbers, you might say, wow, those are scary, scary numbers. And maybe so, they might be scary, but they're kind of the same numbers as swine flu. Swine flu had very similar numbers to that, and the outrage and the panic wasn't half as bad as this one. And so with that said, we'll see. At the same time, though, just to put that into perspective and to be objective and fair here, swine flu had a much lower mortality rate. It had a much lower rate at which how many people were dying relative to how many people actually caught the virus overall. And so again, it's about swine flu numbers, but it's a little bit more dangerous than swine flu, and so maybe the added panic is justified. Because again, swine flu was just a bad flu. It's not nearly as bad as this. This seems to be more deadly, but at the same time, this is also newer, and our mortality numbers are going to be skewed because 80% of people showed mild symptoms, and some people that are showing mild symptoms are going to be staying home, and so we're not going to get the full picture of how many people actually have the virus relative to how many people are dying from the virus. And so I still think the mortality rate we have at this point, if you really look at it objectively, is probably skewed on the upside, and it's probably a little bit lower than what we're actually at now, if that makes anybody feel any better. What's up, Relentless? What's up, dude? What's your opinion on Disney right now? I think Disney's just tanking with everything else. Every other mid and high cap stock, unless it's like a virus related stock, has just been going down. I think it's not even my take on Disney specifically. It's just my take on everything. I do think that we might see an interesting number in regard to, relative to streaming numbers. I think we might see streaming numbers go up because people are staying at home. And so I think, Netflix, eventually. But I think also you got to really take into consideration that most of these big cap stocks and mid and high caps follow the market. So like if we look at everything I usually watch, AMD down, Cron down, CGC down, Roku down, SQ down, everything's down. Disney, Tesla, everything, Microsoft, Apple, everything's down. And the reason it's down is it's kind of the reason it's down is because the market's down, and the reason the market is down is because these stocks are ultimately down. Ultimately, fear is up, and the market's scared, and that's what's causing everything to drop. And so I can't really say. I don't really know when the market itself is going to start rebounding. I think it's understandable that the market's rebounding, and again, I don't really think it's anybody's fault. I've never really been a huge fan of Trump. Don't get it twisted. I don't hate the guy, but I don't agree with a lot of the stuff he does, and sometimes I agree with some of the stuff he does. But in the end, I think that this isn't really anybody's fault, and I think this is just kind of taking over the world. Let me catch back up on the chat. Well, Manic, the thing about it is it doesn't affect young people. As a parent, one thing I actually appreciate about this virus is that it basically does not affect kids under 9 years old. And I have a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old. So the good thing about it is that it doesn't really get kids. It doesn't really hit people under 19 years for the most part. I mean, it has, but it's extremely rare. Point is, it's not going to hurt your kids for the most part. If you have kids, especially kids under 10, you're probably fine, and it's not really going to affect them that much. And that's the good news. They can still be carriers, and that is something that can take into consideration. But it's mostly going to be the interesting. I talked about this yesterday, and what the guy that was on Joe Rogan said was that it's mostly due to, it's not even necessarily, I mean, obviously older people are going to have weakened immune systems. They're going to be able to take less of the damage that these type of viruses give you. But he said a lot of it is actually due to pre-existing health conditions and smoking. You know, he said one of the interesting statistics people have been saying is that, oh, it only affects men. It doesn't necessarily affect women. It mostly affects men. And the statistic that he gave out is that he said he thinks, his theory is that the reason it negatively affects men more than women is because older Chinese men smoke a lot of the time. A majority of older Chinese men smoke. And most older Chinese women do not smoke. And so with that, older Chinese men are going to have a little bit rougher time with it, just by statistics alone. And I thought that was a really interesting perspective on it, where it's not really attacking men more than women. It's just that, you know, it first started in China, and most Chinese older men smoke for some reason. So that is an interesting perspective. I'm not saying that's true or that I agree with it. I'm literally just naming off what he said. And so there's a lot of interesting takes on it. But yeah, I think it's mostly underlying health conditions are going to be the people that are in a lot of trouble from it, because I had the flu a month ago. I had the flu type A a month ago, and the flu can really wear your heart out. It really can. Doctors describe the flu as kind of like a heart health check. Like, it'll test your heart basically to see if your heart's healthy. And so the flu puts a lot of wear on your heart. You know, viruses do as well. Fevers do. And so, you know, if you have heart problems, you know, it could be worse for you. If you have diabetes, stuff like that, it could be worse for you. And so, you know, I think a lot of it is underlying health conditions. Yeah, I mean, COVID-19 apparently has a mortality rate of 1% roughly, but again, I think that number is skewed on the upside. Alright, so I'm going to read what Thinkorswim's telling me. It says, based on market regulations, the following circuit breaker rules will apply for today if met based on the S&P 500 prices. For level 1, if we get a 7% decline in the market, we're going to take a 15-minute trading halt. If we get a 13% decline in the market, we are going to get a 20%, or we're going to get a 15-minute trading halt. And if we get a 20% decline, trading is going to be ultimately suspended for the day. Interesting. But yeah, market's down to 256. I wonder if they're talking specifically about pre-market or like what, because the market just dropped a huge percent. Let me see what 7% of where we are at now is. I'll have to see what that number is. So we are at 257, or we are at 256. Okay, we're at 256. 7% of that would be a $17 drop, a roughly $18 drop. And so if we drop down to like 238, you know, 238 is roughly going to be a 7% drop. Now, yesterday we closed at 274.36, and 7% of that would be $19, and so 75, 55, 56. So this is close to 7% from pre-market close, and I wonder if that is relevant. I wonder if they're going to close it down if it drops 7% in pre-market. That's an interesting take to look at it as well here. Obesity in America is going to be a big factor. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think there's a lot of scary stuff here. But we'll go ahead and look at the overall market news and look up some news here, team. I'll start looking up some news. We can look up some on POAI here. POAI, we are getting a nice gap up. Big gap up from 214 all the way to 319 here for POAI. Let me start looking up some news and catalysts here. I'm trying to look at the news on POAI. I think I'm probably just going to East Thinkorswim real quick right here. Alright, so the news for this is saying that they are highlighting the launch of a new AI platform for the vaccine and drug development targeting coronavirus. So yeah, they're highlighting a new launch that they're putting out with new drug development that targets the coronavirus for POAI. We'll see what happens with that one. Interesting. We got CEMI here gapping up some as well. Alright, so this company is working with Lumira DX on COVID-19 tests. So they're working on COVID-19 tests, CEMI. We'll see if they put it out. APT is up. They're a medical mask company. We'll see if they have any catalyst here. They expect a complete ramp-up plan on the N95, which is a mask production by early May. And so yeah, they're kind of a fluff piece. But this stock's going to go up with the coronavirus news as the market drops. TLSA, it's not Tesla, it's a different stock. It's up. CODX, Co-Diagnostics, VIR is up as well. Alright, so yeah, so VIR up, we got NNVC kind of gapping up a little bit, LAKE, COCP, TGNA gapping up, we got BRZU, which is a Brazil bull 3 times. I don't know what the underlying asset of this ETF is, we'll have to check that out. We got ZAGG gapping down, a lot of stuff gapping down with the market. Space, AMD, MU, so everything's kind of dropping with the market. But again, the interesting levels here are, 7% of where we are now is roughly $138. Market's still dropping. We'll see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and read some overall market news because I think that's the most relevant this morning. I appreciate the new sub today. I can't really look at it, but I appreciate it. Again, I'm just going to read this. This is from Yahoo Finance specifically. And it says, quote, and this is per Bloomberg, it says, quote, the sell-off sweeping global equities gathered pace on Thursday, with U.S. futures once again tumbling by the most allowed and a gauge of world stocks on course to enter a bear market. Treasuries and haven securities rallied. President Donald Trump's remark on the coronavirus were the catalyst for the latest leg down in risk assets. I don't think it's his remarks. I think it's more so the World Health Organization calling it a pandemic is what's really making this drop. A combination of travel restrictions. So if you missed Trump's address yesterday, there's a few significant parts, and I'll kind of jump into that. One of them is that Trump is actually restricting travel to and from Europe for 30 days at least. That is number one. All right, so he's actually restricting travel from Europe to Europe for 30 days. It says, on another bruising day across market, futures for the S&P once again hit their lows. And this is all quoting from Yahoo Finance. Let's see what else we got. The euro decreased 0.4%. The dollar spot index was up 0.8%. The yuan weakened 0.7%. The West Texas Intermediate crude is down 5.7%, and we can look at a oil ETF here, which is just UWT. You can see how much oil is down here as well today. Um, Brent crude is down 5.9% to 33.69 a barrel. Gold is down 1%. The price of gold is $1,619.29 an ounce. And so, yeah, that's basically it. We can look at a few other things here from the market. Wait, they didn't put out oh, wait, here it is. So this is what I usually look at. Again, we see crude is down roughly 6%. U.S. oil fund is down 0.6%. Natural gas is down 5%. U.S. natural gas fund is down 6% as well. Gold is up 0.3%. Spider Gold Trust is up 1.3%. Silver's down 0.3%. The iShares Silver Trust is down roughly 6% or 0.6%. And so we'll see what happens here, guys. But market's falling. Market is falling. We just broke under 255. We're down at 249.80, so a huge drop in the market. And so let me catch back up on the chat. Yeah, man. What's up, Skynet? Yeah, you're probably actually right, Rel. Now that I really think about it, the travel restrictions, that's going to hurt some confidence in this thing getting resolved quickly as well. And so I think it's a little bit of both. I think obviously restricting travel is a good thing. And like you guys know me, I'm not a huge fan of Trump. But I do think we need to restrict travel. And I think we need to quarantine to a certain extent before we reach levels like they are in Italy. And I think if we don't, it's going to get way worse. And so I think we need to self-quarantine. I think people should be suggesting that we self-quarantine. And I think people should... I know for my kids, school is canceled. You know, and I think that it's just one of those things where we need to take precautions now so we don't turn out worse in the end. Yeah, they aren't sure heat will kill it. Yeah, those are the numbers I talked about earlier, Rel. On Joe Rogan, the guy thought, I think his numbers were like 90 to 110 million people he thinks that are ultimately going to get infected by it, and will have roughly 500,000 dead. If those are the numbers, even though that sounds really scary, it's really not that bad. Those numbers aren't that bad, and I'm kind of hoping we get something similar to those numbers. Those are roughly on par with what the swine flu epidemic was. And in the end, you know, that's not that bad of numbers. The numbers I'm really worried about is other people's predictions where they think 2/3 of the world's population is going to eventually get this virus. And those are the numbers that I'm more so scared of, is if the entire world catches it. And that is a plausible thing. It could happen. You know, we'll see. But it could happen, and, you know, we'll see. But it's a little scary. One day you will have a freestyle and I will be here. That's right, bro. One day, man. Not today, though. What's up, Mitch? I'm here, bro. What's up, dude? Mitch must not be hitting live on this thing. Here, bro. I got you. Let me get Mitch in here. Mitch. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna make myself really big. Yo, what's up, guys? I'm gonna make myself really big. Alright. So I can, Yo, I'm huge, guys. I'm huge. Give me 1 second. I know I'm huge right now. 1 second, team. 1 second. Oh, man. I just exited out of it, too. My fault, team. My fault. I got it. Hold on. Give me a second. I know the music's gone. I'm messing things up. I know I'm huge right now. I'm a monster. I'm Godzilla. Hold on. 1 second. I just gotta let this thing go. Man. Alright, guys. Oh, man. There we go. Alright. Alright. Now I can make myself no more Godzilla here. And there we go. Much better. Let me get this music back rolling here, team. Sorry, guys. I'm messing up this morning, man. I'm messing up. There we go. Jordan with computer. All right, what's up, Mitch? There we go. All right. Let me know how that volume is.
I don't know if it's just only on my side, but I can hear the TV.
Huh? Jack. Hey, buddy. Hey, bud. Here, you need to put your headphones in. That's too loud, man. That's too loud. Here, bring it here. I'll help you. Bring it over here. Here, bring your actual iPad over here, dude. That's way too loud, though, man.
Yeah, I just don't want to hear something.
Really, nah, we won't get a copy strike for this. It has to be egregious. Plus, it has to be over 5 seconds, which, you know, probably not. You can have some of that if you want, buddy. There you go. All right. All right, team. We got Mitch in here. Let me know how the sound is, guys. I can barely hear Mitch.
What's up, guys? What's up? How we doing? Y'all hear me good? Good morning, good morning.
Alright.
I don't know if you saw me in the chat, man, but things gone crazy.
Yeah, dude. For sure. Things are crazy, man.
I was putting it up in the chat. It was like one after another. Every news that was coming out was not just a little bit negative. It was a big negative.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's scary. Sorry, guys. I know it was too loud. I just fixed it. Yeah, man. Market's crashing down, man.
Yeah, I mean, I first started in the morning. Kind of, I got the news that the Warriors were going to play the Nets without fans.
Yeah.
And then shortly after that, probably like an hour or two after that, the NCAA tournament canceled their March Madness, which is literally madness, guys, because the amount of money that college makes in just this month alone covers their whole year. So sure. they wouldn't want to do this if they didn't need to.
Yeah, sure.
And then after that, they started releasing even worse news. The Dow is dropping in the futures markets. Ohio pretty much told the NCAA if they weren't going to do it, Ohio was going to force them to do it. And that was the Ohio governor was putting pressure and introduced also measures in their state to limit large gatherings. So there can't be any large gatherings in Ohio. I think that should be done in the whole United States, but
is the music still too loud, guys? Hold on. It should be low now. I can barely hear it. Mitch should be super loud now. Is that good? Let me know. It should be all right now. Hold on.
What's up, guys? You guys let us know.
There we go. It should be all right now. Let me know if that works.
I'll check the stream.
Yeah, let me check it. Here, hold on.
Yeah, music's still a little loud.
Ohio pretty much told the NCAA if they weren't going to do it, Ohio was going to force them to do it.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, it's not loud at all now.
Yeah, it should be better now.
Yeah.
Here.
Let me refresh just to check it real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I got you, John.
You guys let us know.
Check it out.
There we go. It should be all right now. Let me know if that
I'll
works.
check the stream.
Perfect.
Yeah, let me check it. Yeah, it's not loud at all. If anything, it's kind of low now, but that's all right.
We're good. We good. Good morning, everybody. How we doing? Fam? Good morning, Leo. Good morning, Chris. Why? Whoa, Juan. Astrid in the house. What's going on, Trick Daddy? Nathan over here, futures trader. How the futures markets? I'm sure they're tanking. We got Bryce Manic in the house. We got Cody, Netron. What's going on, guys? Skynet. How we doing, everybody? If you're new to the chat, definitely say hello. It's always good to see new faces. What's up, Nando? What's up, Chris? Ray in the house. What's going on, guys? One thing we can talk about, guys, is we might even get another halt in the overall market today, guys.
Yeah.
Just because the futures are down such a big amount, and you see the SPY right now closer towards 250. If we look at the closing price of yesterday, you can look at the closing price. We have a closing price of, let me see what we closed here. I got 274.36.
Here, you want to put it up on your chart?
Yeah, I can put it up on my chart. I got you.
Okay, because I got your screen up.
Yeah, got you. Make it one chart. So it's easy to read here. All right, guys, we close here like at 274s. On this candle over here, we've had about pretty much a 7% move down here. If we open up even just here alone, I believe, at least from my understanding, we would get a halt. If we would open up just even here alone, then that would be the smallest halt. Then after that, we get a 10% move down here, meaning that we're like under the 250 mark. That's when we'd get another halt. And if we go down 20%, we'd halt for the whole day. I've never seen that happen, but it could happen.
It's possible, man. We're already down roughly 7% now. And so I don't know if they're talking specifically about pre-market to opening level, or if they're talking about after the bell. If we get a drop like that, they're going to put a halt in. And so we'll see, because we're down roughly 7% now.
It's considered from the close to the open.
Okay. So yeah, like even if I pulled up my chart really quick. So like I calculated it earlier. So we closed at 274.36. And so 274.36 times 0.07 is 7%. Right? So that is $19.20, roughly 21 cent drop. And so we can even calculate that. 274.36 minus 19.50.
It's about 19.25 would be 7%.
Yeah, so it's
7.02%.
Yeah, it's roughly 254.80s, and on the chart is roughly 7%. 254.80s, anywhere in 254.50, 254.80s, that's 7%. And we're at 255 now. We are actually about 14 cents away from that right now. 14 cents away. And
this is one of the cool features of TC, that you can actually just click on a price point, drag to the other price point, and it gives you the amount and percentage.
Yeah. So interesting, man. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, down 7% right now.
Yeah, we're gonna find something to do. You know?
If it just drops right here at the open, it'll get halted.
Yep.
So one of the cool things today is just going to be watching the bounces, because I think we're going to continue seeing this repetitive pattern. You know, when we had the bull market, we saw a lot of what we call red to green moves. And I think what we're going to start seeing now is the opposite of that trade, which is called the green to red move. So it means at the open, you get sometimes the lift, you get the algos to push it to the resistance, kind of make up some of the shadow because it gets gapped down so big. Then in the afternoons, the algos have been coming in after it meets resistance or slightly passes resistance. They've been getting hit hard and being brought down all the way towards the low. That's exactly what we had yesterday. The market kind of came back up. It looked like it was coming up. And then after nowhere, in the middle of the afternoon, just started getting pounded on.
All right, so we're at that level, man. We're testing lows right now in the market. So the market is down to 254.70s.
Yeah, I can say, at least from right now, I think we'll have a halt at least for the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, we just broke lows in the market again. We're down to 254.50, so that is definitely 7% at least. And so we'll see what they do. Like I said, I don't know if they're talking about after the bell, before the bell, what they're gonna do, but we'll see. It's important to watch here.
If you guys want to go ahead and support us, definitely hit the like button as we get to the bell. You know, we might not be able to trade right here at the open, but we're going to have some fun. Let's go over some stocks. I have a shopping list that I've been creating. I think you guys should have a shopping list right now, even if you're not just, even if you're strictly just day trading. I think it's a good kind of time to practice long-term investment, even if it's on a paper account. Why? Because this is when you want to start learning how you would trade if you were in an area of panic. And you can go ahead and start looking at some long-term stocks here. Day trades, I think, are going to be really quick trades in this environment. So another thing you can start looking at is to maybe look from swing trades or long-term investments as we get down towards yearly lows. We've already made up about pretty much 3 years on the SPY, and now that we're here in the 250s, we are going to be getting down in big time areas for the yearly chart. If you look at the yearly chart, we're making our way down towards this 250 area, and there's a big time support at 225. I'm not sure if we can get towards that 225, but if we get down there, we're talking 2015 numbers, and that's a big move, guys. We'll be back almost 5 years in the SPY.
Yeah, man.
The shopping list, guys. Let's go through the shopping list. What are you guys looking at? Do you guys looking at any long-term charts? Because really going over short-time catalysts right now is kind of harder thing, and you don't really have that market edge because the market is so volatile right now. Not one catalyst should hold. That's what I would think. I wouldn't personally go off of one catalyst in this kind of market environment. But the shopping list, guys, my shopping list is getting real now. Disney definitely getting towards my number. I said $100 the first buy. Now we're at $98.27. So definitely getting towards that buy area. I'm thinking about taking at least a couple shares and then working my way towards 75. And then possibly if we could get all the way down towards 50, I would definitely take some more. Reason why I feel Disney is a good buy is just on the long term. Yes, the parks will struggle in this environment, and I do think they'll take a big hit in the revenue there. But in the long run, Disney Plus should bring their earnings back up to where they need to. And in the long run, we all know that eventually this virus scare will go away. We will find a vaccination, and then thus Disney should return.
Yeah, another thing to take into consideration is that people are going to be home a lot more, and so they're ultimately going to be watching more movies, streaming more content, you know? boosting up the other side of Disney's business, thus not giving them the worst earnings. I do think they'll come down, but it shouldn't really be that bad for them. At least in my eyes, I think their business can hold in these levels and get to an evaluation where investors are going to be excited because they're going to get Disney at an evaluation before when they were thinking about doing streaming versus already had it made. Another one that I'll be looking at, guys, for the long term is AMD. AMD starting to start cracking on the yearly chart. We've already got a big harmony on that one. You look at the weekly, we're heading down towards weekly supports of 40 and 41. So that's what I'm going to be watching today. If we crack 41, I'll be looking for downside on AMD. AMD for me on a long-term buy would have to be under 30. I'm looking more at a 20, 25 range, and then maybe down here towards 16. Somewhere down here, I definitely would like it. If we got down towards 20, I would be excited about it as we be right before that 2018 expansion. And then another price point where we could look for a nice entry would be near that 16, which was near this breakout here. So those are kind of like where my shopping list is in AMD. I wouldn't want to get it up here just because we're still in 2019 profits. And if you remember, this had quite a bit of an expansion in AMD. We had about 100% move here. And that was from October 4th to about February 28th. And that was almost 5 months of straight up. And then we started retracing here. So I would at least look for a 50% retracement of that. And that's somewhere near this $30 point, somewhere in here in this 36 point. So for sure, I definitely think 36 is in play. And in the long run, I'm looking for buys off of 30. What do you think about FNMA? All right, I'll take a look. Oh, the Fannie Mae. I hate government stocks. The reason why, they're held by government, but they're also kept off
from dying out. I think that's why you're looking at it. A lot of times these are the stocks that get a little bit of a buyout or something happens to them. At least that's what happened to them in 2008, and they made their way back above this $1.50 price point. I think the $1.50 is very vital to this stock because that's where it made its way out of the recession in 2008. So if we can see this one hold 150 on the pullback, yeah, it can stay at those levels. But if it really just starts destroying that, getting underneath 150, you can forget about this stock. I wouldn't even trade it. All right, guys. Tiny, you're thinking about AAL. I was thinking about AAL also. But the problem with AAL is I still see some downside risks there. AAL down to 13. You guys are going to see my lines right now where I've been thinking about it. All right, guys, where I'm thinking about AAL is underneath this 1271. If we get underneath this 1271, we'll be in the area where we were before the expansion in the 2013 profits. I think you could even get down towards $5 eventually on American Airlines. So that still leaves a lot of room here. So I would at least look to get buys near $10 and then look to see if the stock can get down towards $5, and that will give you an ultimate risk down to $2. Marijuana stocks, yeah. I got one of those on my shopping list also. All right, so on my shopping list, I have CGC. In CGC, I want to see it come down below $10. If we can get below $10, closer towards this 905, I definitely take a long, just based on we'd be in right before the expansion. This is when it expanded in 2018, and then 2019, we got another push up, and then it started coming back down. So what I want to do is I want to get near these levels here. If I can get in near 9, and then eventually try to grab some maybe at 6 or 7, I can get a good average between $8, and I could risk that $8 down towards about $4. Risk $4 for a potential move back up $20 or $30. That's called a 4-to-1 risk, and that's what I'm looking for, guys.
All right, guys, so I just added the high of the day Momo scanner up here, so we're going to get that up. Got a few other scanners that we can use. Let me actually make this small and then scroll up on this.
So as you guys hear me talk about the different stocks, you hear me refer to times of before expansion and times of 2008. Those are the price levels that I'm looking for, because those are when we came out of the recession and went really into a bull run. And so if we can get near those levels, near those supports, that gives us such an advantage to go ahead and maybe catch the bottom and catch that bull run again.
Yep. All right, guys, I'm all set up, ready. We got 1 minute. Let's do this.
All right, guys, we got like about 150 people watching right now. Let's go ahead and hit that like. We got it up now almost to 40. Let's see if we can get to 70 before the bell. Let's do it.
Yeah, I think during this market turmoil, we're going to get some, we might not get as many viewers as we usually do. I think a lot of people are kind of panicking and they don't want to look at the stock market right now.
I was watching the show. And I felt bad. You could really see that the baby boomers are stressing hard, all their retirement money going down, and it's not a good sight for them. The way I feel is, they had 20 odd years of this bull run. So I do feel bad, but at the end of the day, guys, there's always market pullbacks. So that just teaches you, when you have a big, massive amount of wealth that you built, always take some off the table. Never keep all your risk.
All right, guys, here's the bell. We'll see if we hit that 7% level. Like I said, I think that 7% level is roughly 254.80, so it's right around here, right around this level here. And so basically, if we break the low of the day, that's it. That's we're gonna get halted for 15 minutes. You can see my account is actually up to up to roughly $1,850 in profit. So I did make a really nice. It looks like I made about $300 net yesterday after my trading. And so I did rebound. I'm getting really close to that $2,000 profit level. You know, we'll see what we get. I'm still going to be very careful in this market, but I did get that nice little gain there. And I have the video. I'll show you guys a little bit later of those trades. We did get a nice spike up, though, here in the overall market. SPY is up to 256.30s. 256.30s. Again, the 7% level is going to be $254.30, or $254.80, roughly 85 cents. And so, you know, we'll see what happens, but that's the level you really should watch, is 254.50 to 254.80 in the SPY itself. We can look at the S&P 500, which is SPX on Thinkorswim. If you don't know, is this halted? No, not yet. And I think this is really the one that we need to watch. We'll see how much the S&P actually follows it. Let me calculate this on the S&P real quick. What 7% of the overall closing price? They closed at 27.40 or 27.41. So 7% of that would be roughly a $192 drop. So we can do $2,549 would be that level. The lows of the day are 2,000. All right, 2,549 would be right here. So we hit this level here in this S&P, the market's going to get halted. We hit this level down here, the market's going to get halted. Again, those are the 7% levels, and per market regulation, if we do get that drop, the market has to be halted for 15 minutes. Alright, there we go. We finally broke 200 people. I think the view count might be lagging
Huge
too.
amount of volume, guys, right here at the open. I don't know if it's people taking off their trades, but man, that's 15 million shares in the first candle there. In the first 5-minute candle there, that's a lot.
I'm only showing on the SPY. I'm only showing 5.7 million, 5.75 million.
For the 5-minute or 15-minute.
Yeah, I'm on the 5-minute right now. 5 minutes showing me 5.7.
Yeah, I
roughly 6.
I clearly have 15.9 million.
Oh, well, I don't know. Let me see, 15-minute may be a little bit different, but yeah, even 15-minute here is showing.
Yeah, I got 16 million now.
I don't know. Let me look at yours.
Yeah, I think it's right.
I don't know.
AMD, green to red. That looks good.
Here, while you're up, let me put this up so people can see it. Alright, so there's the high of the day, Momo.
APT was nice, man, but that thing flushed so quickly.
Here we go. We finally broke 200. I don't know. I'm not saying I want the halt. I honestly don't want the halt. I want our market to do well. Not even. I got a little bit of money in an IRA, but not anything worth worrying about to any serious degree. I more so just want our economy to do well. You know, our economy is going to impact lots of different, lots of different parts of our everyday life, and so, you know, I hope the market does well. I don't necessarily want it to get halted. Catch back up in the chat. Miss GE, what's up, Manic? What's up, Texas? Well, let's see. Hey guys, can y'all look at the volume for the first 5 minutes in the SPY and see what the volume was? Because I'm curious for that as well. Let me see what mine is still showing. Yeah, well, mine's kind of moving up now for the 15-minute, but for the 5-minute, it's showing yeah, 7.8, 7.7 for that first 5-minute candle.
Did we get halted?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
All right, so guys,
Go, guys.
market's halted. There it is.
Hey,
S&P
what happened now?
Yeah, let's
Agos
look.
pushed everything up, right?
Yeah, so
Look at space.
well, so remember, guys, look at this is the level that I drew out this morning, and you remember I just drew out this level, and like look exactly what happens as soon as it hits that level, and this is all the S&P, which is SPX on Thinkorswim. As soon as the market hit that level, which I just drew out right in front of everybody, it got halted, and so everything else is halted. The market itself is halted. Again, we'll see what happens, man, but it's a little crazy, guys. It's a little crazy. Market's halted again. You know, we'll see.
Yeah, it was interesting there. The Agos started picking things up, at least from certain stocks. I saw AMRN pick up, EMPH pick up, AMD pick up, Space pick up, LK pick up.
Yeah.
So a lot of this Ago kind of pushing into it, and then we'll see if he keeps meeting resistance and coming back down. So when the halt resumes, I'll actually be looking to see if there's a sudden surge of algorithmic volume pushing the stocks up towards resistance. And if you do take those trades right out the gates, I'm going to be looking to take quick kind of base hits here. This is not something that you want to swing a home run on, just based on the fact that, hey, you don't exactly know if it's going up or down in this halt. So you want to play the ranges correctly.
Yeah, man. It's an interesting thing, man. I've never seen this, and I obviously wasn't trading during the 2008 crash, but I've never seen this before. I know we've obviously gotten it, but
I can tell you also, man. I mean, I've been around, I think even like 1 year before you, and I've never seen this either. So
yeah, man, it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think it's actually fun, just because I'm a day trader. But
yeah. Well, let's see where they got halted. So it got halted. Let me put a 1 minute chart on the S&P up. So it got halted. It was halted. What time is this? At 8:36, and so we are going to resume. Or no, it was halted at 8:35. So we are going to resume at 8:50. So we are going to resume in 12 minutes. Be careful, guys. Somebody's asking, what is 13% drop equal to in terms of the S&P? All right, let's take a look. So that was 7%. Again, the number we're really looking at is the previous close. And so the good thing about two-way dropping that previous closing price script on me is that I can look up where the previous close was. I think. But it's roughly at 27.41, 27.40, 27.41. It's right around where the previous close was. And so if we calculate that here, 27.41 was where we closed. We take 27.41 and we multiply that times 0.013. That's 13%. I think. No, that is 1.3%. So sorry, we take 20. Where'd it go? 27.41 times 0.13 would be 13%. Sorry, my math was wrong. And so that is a $356 drop. $356.33, okay, is a 13% drop. And so for the S&P 500, 356.33, let's remember that number. 356.33. 356.33. And so we take 2741 minus 356 $2,333, and we get $2,384.67 is the 13% drop. And so if we draw that number out, what was it? $2,384. Is my math off here? No. So 13% would be 2,384.67, right around here. It's hard to really catch the exact number. I have to scroll up, but it's 2,384.67. So it's right. I'm trying to get.
Do you want me to help you?
Nah, I got it. There we go. So it's right here. This is it right here. So we hit this level right here. Down here at $2,384 roughly is a 13% drop. So I finally drew it out, but no, I was trying to find the exact level in the chart, and since we have such a huge range, it was hard to pinpoint. But yeah, that's the level. This right here, guys, is the 13% level. Let me edit this if it'll let me.
I will be putting some money in an account today. It's time to start shopping.
Yeah, so this is, and I can even like write out this, like, look, here you go, team. I'll even do you guys a favor. So for every time we look at the S&P, you can see 13% drop. Next halt level. I'll even draw it out for you. Well, since we ain't got nothing to do. Let's see if I can make this big. Size. Bold. I guess we'll keep that. Man, I'm messing up. There we go. Alright, so you guys see that? That is the next halt level. This is the next 13. I don't want that error to disappear. I mean, there we go. Alright. There we go. So this is the next level. 13% drop. It's the next. I spelled halt, man. I'm a masterpiece here. You know? Alright, so that's the next halt level, guys. Right there. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I drew out this one, and, you know, just by calculating the percentage versus where we closed yesterday, that's the level we're at now. But we did get a halt. Everything else is halted right now in the market. And again, the next halt level is roughly, if you want to know the exact number, again, it's roughly $2,384.67 on the S&P 500. And so if we hit that level, that will effectively be a 13% drop, and that is when the market is ultimately going to be halted again, if that's what happens. So we have about 6 minutes until the market opens. Let's see what we get, team. Let me catch back up on the chat. But yeah, that's the levels to watch right now. Interesting.
Yeah, just catching up with the chat here. Me and Futures having a talk. You know, he's saying that it's not really an environment to be trading, and I think it's the opposite. I mean, at the end of the day, if you want to learn how to ride a bike, you know, you gotta actually have the experience. You got to actually ride the bike. You know, you can't just sit back and watch and expect that you'll know how to trade this environment. I'm not necessarily saying that you're going to do the best in this environment. No, it should be definitely new to you, and you should limit your risk. Like always, whenever you feel uncertain, you got to limit your risk in the market. But if your strategies are working and you're seeing the patterns hit, then there's nothing wrong. I've been doing really well the last 2 weeks through all this. So I really couldn't say that it would be a negative thing to trade, because I'm definitely in the green the last 2 weeks. So I'm trying to focus on just nailing and bailing, I think, is a good thing to start learning in this environment. Understand that you're not going to get many trades to set up perfectly, so that when you do start getting the setups, take your shots If it goes in your direction, take the profits and get on out of here. Don't try to push too much into this environment, because things can always flip in a hurry when you have high volatility.
Yeah, I think it really boils down. I kind of agree with what Bailey said. It really just depends on your strategy. One trader's gain is another trader's loss, and one trader's loss is another trader's gain. And so I guess the way I look at it is, if you have strategies, specifically I would mostly look at scalping strategies during this market. And if it gets anywhere close to this level, I would get out before anything happens, just because halts are so unpredictable. You don't know where they're heading. But you can trade, and momentum style strategies are usually going to be a little bit better. But again, it all depends on what your strategy is. I think some people should probably avoid trading, and some people should attack hard right now in this market. And it really just depends on your niche in trading, kind of how you trade, because it's favorable for some and not favorable for others. And so me personally, I'm going to be a little bit more careful and let it calm down some. But obviously Mitch trades a little bit closer to the bell, and he trades a little bit more momentum, and so his strategies work well in this. And so it really just depends, and everybody's a little bit different.
Yeah, I always think a volatile market is always going to be better for day traders. Why? Because there's price movement, and that's how we make our money, really. At the end of the day, price movement is how you make your money. You don't want a stagnant market. That's the worst.
Right, for sure. All right, guys, we got about 2.5 minutes left. The market should resume. Like I said, it looks like it was halted here at 8:35, and so by that logic, since per regulation it has to be a 15-minute halt, we know the market's going to open up at 9:50 or 8:50 my time, 9:50 market time. And so again, it is 8:40. It is 9:47 30s, and so we have about 2.5 minutes until the market opens. We'll see what happens. Like I said, for me, I'm waiting for stocks to maintain a trend with the VWAP, and I don't really like trading lower the day breaks or higher the day breaks either. So we'll see what we find, but I'm gonna wait and see what we get with some of these stocks. Really, I'm watching the market here and see what that's going to present. I made a really big win yesterday. Like I said, I made about $300 net profit yesterday in my account, and I really don't want to give that back being impatient, and so we'll see what we get, but that's what I'm ultimately looking at right now.
Yeah, I'm talking with Manicure. He said that ironically he's been scalping less and holding longer, and it made him good money on Tuesday. And I think this is just the environment where you have to really understand that this is not an environment to push on your risk. Always cut your losses small right now. That's going to be better. Then you can always get back into a trade. One thing I do see some traders do that is kind of a negative thing is let a trade go past their stop, and then they go all the way to their daily loss limit because they're not willing to cut it. And this is really a negative thing in this kind of market environment. So if you are running into that situation, maybe you need to take a step back and realize my execution's completely off and I need to relax and get off of here. This is not a time to go ahead and push. If you're seeing your account have big drawdowns, that means your strategy's not working in this environment. You need to find what can work. Those are the things you need to look at. Like I talked about in my video in last week, is look at your stats, see if they match your approach. If they don't match, then your strategy is not on point.
All right, guys, we got 25 seconds left. I'm gonna watch the S&P as this open happens, just to see where we're gonna get, but the market should open very soon, sometime within the next minute. I'm not sure exactly what point at one point exactly it was halted at 8:35, but we should resume again within the next minute now. Minute to minute and 10 seconds, maybe sooner. All right, there's the bell. Looks like we opened just now at 8:50 even. Maybe not, actually. Let me know when everything comes back online with stocks for you guys, but we should open soon.
Yeah, Gifford, it's something that we all struggle with. One of the things that you can focus on is trying to understand that a commission trade is a lot better than a max loss trade. It's okay to cut the trade, lose $20, $30, give up some commission, and try to attack the stock in the right entry, in the right position. Because when you notice you get yourself caught in a really bad entry, that's not the strategy to go ahead and hold towards the risk, because usually the risk is going to be so far that you're not going to have the
All
good
right,
trade.
there we go, guys. The market's back up now. We are at $2,540.
Yeah, we went down real quick.
Yeah. Well, we're barely down. We went down like
$2.
Yeah, but in the S&P, that's very small.
The percentage, that's what I'm worried about here. We're already down another 1.5%.
All right, so yeah, so the next halt level is going to be that 13% level, and again, that's at $2,384 roughly. So we still got a way to go.
Interesting markets, to say the least. AMD going down there significantly. Let's see what happens with the SPY here. We might get another halt.
Yeah, SPY's dropping. But really, I was looking at the SPY at first. It's really the S&P is what they're really going off of, and so we gotta just kind of watch that and see what that does more than
It's
anything.
the same thing.
Yeah. Well, no, they're a little bit. They act a little bit differently. And so the reason
the
they
candles are different. The levels is the same.
Well, the reason they act a little bit different is because the S&P doesn't do pre-market, and so whenever the bell rings, it has to compensate for, what the SPY does too. And so it's again, we can watch the SPY, but the market makers, the people that are ultimately going to halt the market, are going to be basing it off of the S&P. That's why I was able to draw the line out before the halt, and then it hit that level and then it got halted. So like I said, the level we really got to watch for the S&P is $2,384. That's 13%. If we hit that level, that's when we're going to get halted again. And then 20%, I'll have to calculate that if we do get halted again. But yeah, a lot of stuff dropping.
The weird one I'm watching right now is AMAT. It's actually moving up. Yeah, it's interesting, right?
Yeah. Depends on what the underlying asset of the company is, though. What sector?
It's technology.
Semiconductors.
And I see AMD flushing there, so it's kind of a little bit confusing there. Let me see MU. MU's holding
charts-
about the same.
My charts aren't really even loading. Yeah, there they go. CGC kind of bounced back up some, but... Alright, so we are getting some bigger drops here, guys. We still got a long ways to go before we hit that 13% level. But, we'll see.
Oh, the Russians, they put in the pressure. They're going to hold off for a little while. I wouldn't expect oil to come back, at least for right now. They need to put the pressure on both sides. Both sides are pretty much strong, arming each other. There you go. There's that green to red flip there for AMAT. Looking for a push back up to 49, and I could take a chance off of 49.25s.
So we are getting a little bit of a bounce.
Yeah, trying to see if we're going to get a sudden surge in the SPY, but...
Yeah, so we're getting a little bit of a bounce here. I'll throw you up. You should trade.
Alright. All right, let's let it try to break out through 49 here. If it fails up here at the resistance, starts heading towards that 75. That's where we'd want to get in. Seeing nothing but algorithmic volume so far. Let's separate this for the bigger volume. All right, big reversal there on AMAT, actually pushing up. I'm gonna take MU long.
So market's rebounding a little bit.
Oh, all right, looking for a pullback to 25s or 20 here for MU to get long.
We almost got 300 people in here, guys, so if you could hit that like button, I definitely appreciate it. Show your support. We day trade live on stream for free every single weekday morning, and so if it's your first time joining us, we day trade live on stream every single day during the week. We do it live. We show you guys our account manager, our account balance, you know, our P&L, all of that stuff. Show you us executing the trades. In the end, though, we're not experts or gurus here. We're just, you know, traders trying to build their accounts. You know, we're just letting people watch us trade. We're just a free resource and community, and so if you appreciate that, hit the like button, and if you hit the subscribe button and then click the bell, you'll get a notification when we do go live, which is every weekday morning. So hit that like and subscribe button, team, if you want to help support us.
Looking for a pull to VWAP here. MU just exploded right when I wanted to buy it, so let's see what happens. I called it out as soon as I saw that flip in AMAT. I wanted to get MU, but it was a little bit higher. I was looking for a slight pullback, 10-cent pullback to get in there. It just ripped from about 35s up there to 90. 60-cent rip.
My charts are acting sketchy. I may be sitting out because I can't tell if my charts are lagging. Yeah,
Here
mine
you
are
go.
a little
Spot
bit.
coming back. Spot coming back there. Look at AMD. Look at that switch. The tech sec's holding strong, guys. Tech sect. SPY is coming back with the vengeance there. Let's see if it holds the resistance. Resistance is 260s. EMPH with a nice rip out. CGC looks strong there. All right, guys, this got my first entry here on LK. Looking to add here. Just gotta be careful on the pullback. Look at that. Gotta be careful here. Anything below this AD, I gotta get out.
There we go. Okay, I have been off. Sorry, guys. But yeah, market is up to 2,559. Somebody asked, what is the reason for this surge back up? We'll have to take a look. There's a few different sources I might be able to look at, but I appreciate it, K. Gifford. I really didn't realize it. Hey, go sit over there on that couch, buddy. Hey, Jack. Go sit over there, bud. I know, buddy. But here, go sit over there. Thank you, buddy. Here we go. Yeah, it's back on now.
See if we get a VWAP bounce in the SPY.
SPY's pulling down back to the halt level.
14,000 showing through for me.
SPY's pulling back to the halt level, and I think that's a big level now. Again, that's at $2,548, and so we're right around there now. I think that's going to be a big important level that people watch, which is the halt level. Hey, bud, what you doing, man?
Alright, guys, might need to get out here. Not gonna fight it. All right, that looks good there. I'm looking for pullbacks to add here.
Alright, so the SPY did break under that level again, which is the halt level, which is again at $2,548. We just broke under it. We're at $2,545.
Crazy day today, for
Yeah,
sure.
man.
Intense, even
Yeah, dude.
even for me that I have like 4 years of experience.
Yeah. It's just unheard of, man. It's just unheard of, bro. You know?
It's fun, but you know, definitely the emotions are riding high.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, guys, if y'all appreciate this content, we day trade live like this every single day right here on YouTube for free. We're not experts or gurus. We're just a free resource and community. We teach you guys what works for us, what doesn't work. And if you appreciate, you know, the time we spend here, you know, just being a free resource and community, smash that like button if you haven't already. Let's try to get that like count up to over 100 today, team. And if you appreciate what we do, it's a great way to show it. Also, guys, hit that subscribe button. Again, we do this live every day, so if you want to watch us trade live, hang out with us, listen to good music, and trade, hit that subscribe button and click the bell. If you click the bell, it gives you a notification every time we go live, so you'll know every single time we do a live stream on YouTube. Alright, so the S&P is back over the halt level, which is 2,548. We're at 2,549. Up, now we're back below it. And so we just got rejected there. It looks like it might be turning into some resistance.
Just got filled for MU. Got to be careful with that one too. Trying to do 2 trades at once, so Gotta be smart here. Got in there at 23s. Looking for a push up to the 70s, and I'll take some profit here. Had a chance there to take some profit there, but it's hard to trade two at the same time, especially in this environment.
Hey, MU's looking good though, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to cut off some of it. All right, just sold 50 of it. Let's see if it could break up a little bit more. All right. Just took a little bit more off. Now I have 100. Leave that rest. Break even.
Yeah, you might want to scroll so we can see your P&L a little bit better.
I got you.
There you go.
Here you go. Let me just lower this account so that you guys can actually see this stuff. Here you go.
There you go. That's better.
Yeah, I just try to hide it from myself somewhat.
You know, I get it.
It helps me. It helps me,
Right.
guys. Once
Yeah,
I get
for sure.
realized, I don't mind showing you guys it. But the unrealized is my worst column. I do not like seeing that column.
Yeah, it's really, once you take profits, a trader always feels a little bit better because they know no matter what, it's not going to be a losing
All right,
trade,
guys,
you
just
know?
sold another 50 off that MU. Looking to see if LK is going to rip here. I want it to hold now 31s no matter what. It needs to rip out right here. If not, I'll sell LK. All right, so for MU, since we're not going to watch it anymore, because we've already taken a great amount of profit, just set a stop here at 20.
Alright, so yeah, we are back below the halted level, guys.
There you go, breaking out there in LK there. Now up there to 20s. Looking to add here closer towards 31 10s and 31s. And then you got to hold right off that 31. Trying to see if we get an extension up here to 31 50s. This is what needs to hold now, guys.
Hey, buddy. What you doing, man? See this? That's called a stock chart. You see it? Yeah? Come here.
All right, guys, trying to see if MU wants to hold VWAP. Don't want it to below VWAP now. Just want it to continue on up. Want the SPY to really jump. That will give me a good positive sign here.
Is my health better? Yeah, man, I'm fine. Yeah, I've been feeling... Oh, you mean from the flu? Yeah, I had the flu, man. I had the flu a month ago. It was terrible. But, yeah, I feel fine now.
All right. SPY trying to trick me out here. Trying to determine if I'm going to just take the profit. All right, going to give MU this rip here. If it doesn't continue, I'll just take it off.
Pound it. Who's your best buddy?
There you
Who's your
go.
best bud? That's right.
All right, now continuing there. Gonna take the profits, get off of MU. Look at LK now. Took $93 off the MU. Good trade there. No point in sticking in this. I had more than my risk to return there. Same thing's happening here for LK, so I'm gonna sell half of it here. Boom. Sell half of it at 47 there. Made over like about 40 cents there. Now let's go ahead and let this try to break out towards 70. That's the next profit target.
Looks good, bro. Good job, man.
We'll put out 68 on the limit to just make sure if I do get a spike up there, I sell immediately, take the profits, celebrate the day.
Yep. Good work. I might, since you've already sold most of them, I might start looking at some charts.
Jump on it. You got it, John.
Appreciate it. Let me see. And I'll
There's
throw bits back up.
65s there. About to take profits and get out, guys. Not going to
Market's a
get
little slow
greedy.
today.
Things slowing down a little bit there. I'll take it off. Celebrate the wind up. There's 40s, $40 more. That's a great day for me. There's no point in pushing right here. I could get an extreme push out from LK, but the pullback is also 50 cents. Why give up those 50 cents? I'm already big in the green. One of the things that I've been doing really well in this environment is not being greedy when I'm green. Taking my profits, understanding that this environment's not the best, so don't fight things.
Yep. Yeah, man. Killing it today, bro. Yeah, my son's 6. K. Gifford, he's 6.
Boom.
Alright, so let me see. Let me get this stuff ready now.
Now I want to see if the SPY VWAP bounces.
Alright, there we go. There we go. Alright.
Choo, look at that. Looks like the SPY is pushing hard. I want to try to find another VWAP bounce.
Yeah, so we're back above the halt level for the S&P, which is good.
Tiny was talking about AAL today. On when the market is doing this bouncing back like this, I don't think it's a bad idea.
Hey, I appreciate the sub, whoever it is. Can't really see it right now, but I appreciate it.
Look at that triple bottom off the VWAP on AAL.
So we had to go out of town for my friend's funeral. My friend passed away last week, and so really it's my best friend's sister. Really good family friend passed away last week, unfortunately. And so we are not in town, and even if we were, I don't think we'd send him to school with all the stuff going down. Plus, it's close to spring break, I think.
Big flip there in AMD.
Wait, did AMD get halted today?
Earlier, yeah, with the market.
It's not showing it here.
Shows it on my chart.
Oh, here's the halt right here. Yeah, it's just the S&P had skipped over some time, but I guess they fixed it.
Thinkorswim not used to that.
Yeah, man, they're not used to all this craziness, dude. For sure.
The servers are going crazy, man. The
Yeah,
servers are absolutely, when there's that much data that's going through, that much trades, we have to expect some kind of lag.
Right, for sure. And the SPY right now, the S&P is kind of, it's not sideways, it's just kind of hugging that previous halt level. Like the last time the SPY got halted or the S&P got halted, it was at $2,548. And so we are right around there now. We're like exactly there now. So we're kind of pivoting over and under that level. And so we'll wait and see. Hey, buddy. But yeah, man, yesterday I made my money on ENPH, dude, but the spread was too scary for me, man. I made like $400 on it, but like I was scared. I was scared the whole time.
Got that heart running.
Yeah, man, I was scared the whole time because it worked, but I was scared the whole time, man.
Yeah, right now, AAL looked like a really good possibility, but it didn't make it to VWAP for me. I'm looking at it to see if I get a pullback here, but it looks strong, actually.
I really want to get over 2,000 in profit. I'm pretty close to there, actually. I'm at 2,400, or I'm at $1,844 in profit. I'd really like to hit that $2,000 level. I might try for it today, but it depends. We got to get the setups.
ATP is interesting, but if I would take that, I would limit my share size to a fourth of my original position, or what I normally take. So if I normally would take 100 shares, I'd only take 25 shares on a stock like this, just because the range is $2. There you
Charts
go.
are a little slow.
Ripping out there. Might buy this breakout through 40s for MU. Let me see.
All right, so S&P's moving up, looking good. The next level I think we should watch in the S&P specifically is this high up here at 25.74. We're at 25.60, so we're about $14 away from that. But yeah, I think that's the interesting level to watch now. And again, I think that previous halt level is interesting.
All right,
Got a
guys.
lot of stocks moving. Yeah, go ahead.
The one I'm watching closely is AMD. It's so tight in the way it's trading. I think whatever decision it makes, it's going to be a big one. Whether it goes long from here or it breaks down from here. So I'm going to watch it.
My charts are definitely a little laggy. MU put up the one candle chart for a little while. Looked like an IPO. Yeah, I'm just looking for some bounce pullbacks if I can get some. I don't hate Kron here, but it's got to drop a little bit more. That's scaling.
Good luck, Bailey. Have a good day.
See ya, Bailey. John's Coffee, Hotel Coffee.
Just a warning. Buzz said that maybe the Wi-Fi is getting a little jumpy, John.
Okay.
Maybe the stream.
So Buzz, if it is, man, try refreshing your video. That might actually help it. If the screen's blurry, select 1080p and then refresh the screen. It should be all right.
Yep, my man Forrest Gump needs to run.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm on hotel Wi-Fi. I'll be back home tomorrow. Looking forward to it, honestly.
Did it just halt?
No.
I'm just getting no data.
At least the S&P. Yeah, their servers are struggling to keep up. But no, the S&P's at... The S&P's at... Yeah, go ahead. The S&P's at 25.
You gotta restart everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Even
They're
mine are
struggling.
lagging out.
The volume, man. The volume.
The best
Just
part
the pure
is,
volume.
I record everything. So I call TC now after we're done trading and I tell them, yo, what's going on, guys? This is the paid service.
Yeah.
I want my service correct.
Get your stuff
Where's my
right.
Where's my discount?
Yeah. Better step up your service.
Yeah, but that's the thing about Thinkorswim. You know, you gotta know what you have, and you can't be mad about it.
Right.
You know.
Here, buddy. Here, Daddy's trying to focus. Okay. Thank you, buddy. What? Okay, you can eat some of that. Alright, I might start to scale into a little bit of CGC here, now that we have somewhat of a good entry. Let me get in with 100 shares, slowly try to scale in. Like I said, up a few $100. I'm not going to take anything too crazy. Might be able to add another 100 here. Alright, in with 200 shares of CGC.
Good luck, John. You got this.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, I keep it small. Like, I made a few $100 yesterday, so I just don't want to blow that, you know? Like, I'm going to keep it small. I'm going to keep my wins and losses, hopefully, at least my losses, under $75 today is what I'm really shooting for.
Yeah. AMD holding. Looks like it wants to try to test. I would like to see it test 42 in the VWAP right now, 41.95s. Definitely has a long setup, AMD. But let's see what happens. SPY coming back down there.
Yeah, I'm in CGC long. I'm probably going to jump out pretty soon here. I'll let it work a little bit longer. I'm down like $12, you know, $8. So get a little quick bounce back. Let me see what the S&P is doing. I think that's going to influence us a ton. Alright, I'm break even now.
Can we hold the 254 price point?
Hey, buddy, go open the door for your mom. Thank you, Betty.
Gifford. I can't disagree with you there. Putin ain't no fool. That is true. Might not like the guy, but he ain't no fool.
Alright, so we got a low here. I really like it because it gives me some type of easy risk level to follow. We're up to 72s. I break even in trade. We'll see if we get a spike up. If I take profits, I'm going to try to take some around like 80s, 85 or so for a little easy gain. We'll see though. You know, we're break even now, but we'll give it a little bit of time. Even if I lose here, it's not going to be the end of the world. I can just kind of let it run. I think, and I do think the S&P is going to influence this one a ton. And so we'll see what happens, but I'm going to let it play out.
Might risk $10 if this LK can get to 3120s. SPY setting up for another push above. Let's see what happens here.
John is on minimum wage. Oh man, I couldn't live on minimum wage with my kids, man.
John has 2 kids, man.
Yeah. I know you're being sarcastic, but I'm just saying, you know. There's no way I'm
I
on
just gotta
minimum
say
wage.
that. John has 2
Yeah.
kids, bro.
There's no way I'm on minimum wage. I couldn't do it, you know. All right, so there's
Freaking have to eat ramen every night.
Right. I love ramen though. It's my guilty pleasure, but you know, it's delicious.
Uh-oh.
But it's bad for you. It's terrible for you. I'll say that.
Oh, definitely.
All right, so we got a quick spike up. I was up like $10 at one point. Then we're getting a pullback, but I think we got a lot of room here.
Good job, Joshua. Way to get your profits and get on out of here.
Ideally, I'd like to get the whole dollar of 12 here, but I just don't know if that's going to be viable. Nice. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit off there. Take a quick gain there. We got to move up to 80. You know, up a small win, but I'm going to try to build up some profit, and you know, we'll see what we get with the rest of these 100 shares. See if we're going to move up to, again, 18s is what I'm really kind of shooting for. But at the very least, it shouldn't be a losing trade, you know. $75 is also a big psychological level. It's the $quarter, so $11.75 hopefully will hold. We'll see.
AMD breaking out. Should be a good sign for you. Yeah, SPY pushing hard.
Good. It's 80s. Couldn't hold. 76. Hey, don't blow raspberries at me, buddy. That's not nice. Hey, do it again. You're gonna be in deep trouble, man. I'm serious. Don't do that. Alright, I just took another quarter or half off so I can hold the rest to its actual levels. So we're at 80s now, up a little bit over $20. Again, I guess I'm shooting for like 90 if we can. I'm gonna let it play out here. Just a little trade to try to get my feet wet. We'll see if we can continue pushing up and hold. 82s. I know you're just playing with me, buddy, but that's yucky. Don't do that, man. Do you understand? Do you understand? Okay. All right, there we go. There's 88s. Let me go ahead and get out here. I think that's a reasonable win. And $23 gain, $23 gain. We'll see what happens, bud. Yeah, my son's over here blowing raspberries at me. Alright. Market pushing up. So nice little gain there. Got me a little bit of a cushion on the day, and the market's moving up too, which is good. Yeah, I mean, I worked for minimum wage when I was 18 too. You know. Alright, so we got a nice move for AMD. Or wait, no, that was CGC. I think they're called raspberries, right? Is when you kind of like make that sound. Little kids do it. I think that's what they are. But yeah, don't do that. And listen, buddy, especially with the virus that's going around, you don't want to do that to anybody because that could help spread it. And you don't want to be the reason it spreads, right? Alright, so you got to do your part too. Sorry. I got my dad voice to my son, so he understands. ENPH looks like a flag here. You see that? Just to show you guys the flag. Look at the flag here. You got the pole. Just to show you guys why they call it a flag. There's the pole. There's the flag. We'll see what happens with the NPH. How long are you gonna be out of town? I'm gonna be back tomorrow. Sometimes when you're a parent, stuff can't be funny. Well, yeah, you gotta properly balance being a parent, being like their best buddy, and then being their parent. And sometimes, you know, you gotta keep them in check a little bit. Every parent does. You can't just let kids just do whatever they want. They'll grow up with very unrealistic expectations. His name is Mitch. Yeah, my partner's name is Mitch.
Yeah, you guys can tell I don't have kids. Started laughing immediately.
Yeah. Well, Mitch is laughing at what's going on. You know, as a parent, I kind of want to laugh, but I can't because
it's a difference. There's a difference there.
That's gonna enable him to do it more if I laugh. So you know, because it's not funny, right? Yeah, that's right.
Tiny, remember what we've been working on. I do think, yeah, what John said was correct in that this probably is a better scalping environment, but remember what we're working on, and you're not focused strictly on your results right now. You're focused more on execution and finding that process. So stick to the process. Don't try to change it, because then you just completely flip the system, and you might as well change your system. So one of the things I always recommend is working on something that you can do consistently, day in and day out. I know John says this all the time: rinse, wash, and repeat. Something that you can do, that is what you want to keep practicing. Even though you can see scalps being played, I would definitely try to stick to what you know versus what you don't.
Yeah, we got Leonardo saying we'd like to see Mitch's point. So we do. So Mitch usually, when Mitch is in a trade, I'll put him up usually. And then when I'm in a trade, I'll put myself up. And if we're both in a trade, usually whoever has the larger position is who we put up on the screen. But yeah, we kind of juggle it. Symphony says, how much does this guy make in a day on average? Like I said, that varies. Yesterday I made $300 net. Today I've made $20, and so I just take what the market gives me. Same thing with Mitch. It really depends. Today Mitch is up what, $120? What are you up?
Yeah, 130.
Yeah, so Mitch is up 130 today, and so it just varies. We take what the market gives us. You know, it's not going to be a consistent number every day. Because again, you can't force anything out of the market. You got to just take what it gives you, and if it gives you a good green day, you got to take it and run, and if it doesn't, that's okay too. But in the end, it varies.
Yep, not trying to jinx it, but hey, been doing really well in this market environment. Have only one red day in the last 2 weeks, so just trying to keep pushing the right way.
Yeah, and we're not experts here. Like, we're not a guru. We're not experts. Like, we just trade live, and we're still working on growing our accounts as well. My account's 850 or almost 2,000 in profit, 1,800s or so in profit. And Mitch is growing his too. So we're just working on growing it. We're not experts. We're not selling courses. We're just kind of hanging out and letting people watch us. Doesn't mean people still find a way to get upset about that, but that's what we do.
Yeah. Hey, one thing that I could be happy about today is my trade on MU was beautiful. I got in there actually on MU at 39.23.
Hey, buddy. Want to say hey to everybody? Here, come here. Oh, you alright? Here, watch out, bud. There you go. Say hey to everybody. Look, there you are on screen. You're done. Say hey, everybody.
Hi.
You want to show them your math skills?
No.
No? You don't want to show them your math skills?
Yeah.
Alright, fine. We'll show them next time, okay?
Yeah.
Alright. My son's like a math whiz. Always
You
gotta
know
show
it,
off.
Texas.
Always gotta show it off. My son's like a little math whiz. My son's gonna be a better trader than I am. I'm gonna predict that now. He's gonna be a much better trader. That's not that hard to do, but I think he will. Looking at AMRN, if we pull back any type of significant way, I might jump in long on that one too. I think it's just gonna depend on what the market gives us here though. EMPH flag still building. More of a wedge now. So is this your main source of income? No. Well, I mean, Mitch and I make money from YouTube. Don't get it twisted. Like, we make money. I mean, every YouTuber that has a decent amount of subscribers is going to make money. But we both do different things as well. We don't solely rely on this as our income. I'm a real estate agent, have a few Amazon businesses, do this YouTube, trade. Mitch does stuff too. So we're all a little different, Like I said, we're not experts here. We're just a resource for community. It's kind of like a blog about, whatever. We're just a free resource and community here. John makes the big bucks, he can afford it. I don't know about that. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it, Symphony. Yeah, man, he's a little math whiz. He's don't tell my daughter, but he's better than my daughter in some ways at math. We can ask, like, he'll answer pretty big math questions in his head. When I was his age, I was using my fingers, man. I would be. Yesterday, somebody asked him what 47 plus 47 was, and he immediately said 94, like immediately, without even thinking about it. And so he's got some skills. That's because you keep it all in your head. Because you got math skills. That's probably why your head's so big, right? You're smart. Just like me. I got a big head, too.
Got that Sonic head.
Right, got that Jimmy Neutron, No, I got a big head, too. So I'm messing with him, But he's a good kid.
Hey, that's how it gotta be. I'm gonna get this kid
Oh, you're breaking up a little bit.
coding in 5. Yeah, I'm here. We're gonna get your son coding in 5 years.
Yeah, man. I'm already teaching my daughter coding. I'm teaching my daughter JavaScript, and so I'm teaching her simple basics. So I'm teaching her like objects, conditional statements, Boolean values. Like I'm teaching her different programming concepts. Yeah, right. I tell her. That's what I told her. That's how I got her started. I was like, look, if you get good enough at coding, you can make your own video games. Even though video games are made with like C and languages that I don't really know, but I tell her, like, if you get good enough at this, you can make your own video games and make whatever you want, and she's into it. But
all right, guys. How we doing out there, traders? You guys having a good time? I know it's a crazy market environment out there.
Daniel, you balling out of control. $9, sir. Hey, greed is good, dude. You know, I'm happy with any money I make. I sold too soon on CGC, but you know, it was a good trade. I'm not mad about it. I kind of want to jump in AMD for the VWAP bounce here, but it's bounced so much right here. And
Dude, I didn't even notice it. Today, Beyond Meat got to 69, almost 50.
Should have bought that put option, dude.
Almost
Shoulda
50, bro.
Should have bought that thing, man. You'd be rich. You'd be balling out
I'm
of control
telling
right
you,
now.
my BYND video should get like 1 million views. I mean, you can look at the other BYND videos that are out, and they're all bulls.
I feel you.
I laugh at it though, because this is gonna look like TLRY in a couple months.
All right, I'm in AMD with 100 shares. I didn't get filled at the right spot, but it's my fault. I probably got a little too impatient with it.
Well, that looks like a really good chart.
Nah, I don't know. It's just 100 shares though, so like I'm all right. But if I can add and get a little bit better entry, I really wanted. I'm gonna sell half here just because I can. Oh my gosh, man, I'm stupid. All right, I got 50 shares now, but I sold part of it a little bit too quickly there. I was up like 10 or 11 bucks and I just sold into it. That's okay. I can hold these 50 and just build up a little bit more cushion on the day. I'm not gonna be able to hang out for super long today though, guys. I'm gonna get out here and just make a quick scalp with that. Just a quick little $10, $15 scalp. We'll see. But caught the bounce. I'm more so disappointed because I hesitated when it was at the levels that I wanted. I wanted it down here at like 42.05, and that's what I was really watching it for. But I waited so long that my fill was like 42.18. So I literally got it like over 10 cents away from where I wanted to. And at that point, I was a little bit high up in the range, and so I didn't feel comfortable enough holding it and just got out quick. But green is good. I'll take it. You know.
Yep, green is good, man.
Right, games are made with JavaScript, but most of the time they're web applications, and you can make games with JavaScript, but like most games are made with the Unreal Engine using like the C, Java itself, you know, and so JavaScript some, but it's not necessarily what people would call a game building language, you know. You can do everything with JavaScript, but it doesn't mean you should, you know.
Having fun with Jay over here. Jay said he's playing baseball in his nuclear silo.
Yeah, for sure.
I told him I got a batting cage.
Time to buy the beginner trading water filters, guys. Beginner trading water filters and the bunker plans, you know. Just to get my Alex Jones in here, you know. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, you know.
All right, guys, we're reaching towards that 1040 area. This is when you got to be careful. Even if a stock's been bullish the whole day, we're going to get towards that point where at least pattern-wise, the agos have been hitting it in the afternoon. So be careful, guys. Just hold to your levels. I don't mean that you can't take a long trade right now, but you have to respect levels. That's the only thing I can really suggest.
Yeah, I'm at the entry level I originally wanted. I kind of want to take 50 shares here of AMD. Just to try to get a low entry. It depends on what the market does real quick though, but I'm in with 50 shares. We'll keep it small. Not comfortable enough to really hold through.
All right, guys, if you guys want to go ahead and use the platform that John and I use on these streams, definitely go ahead and check out TradeNet, guys. This is a solid, high-quality platform. The real thing is that these are funded account packages. They go ahead and let you trade with minimal risk. You know, you're able to go ahead and trade with no PDT, have cheap commissions, short stocks. Today, I've been making over $130, and I only took, let's see how many tickets here.
You took like, I would say you took like 300 shares total, in and out. So you took 600 shares total, but I think you took 100 on the first one, and then 200 on ENPH.
Yeah, I actually have the trade manager up showing the orders. There really was about 8 orders, a little bit more than what I'm used to because I normally sell 3/4, and then the rest of the 25% I leave for the rest of the trade. Took a couple more trades on MU, a couple more entries, but each one of those entries are only costing me $3. those exits. So overall on this trade, I'll only have commissions about $24, $20, and that's significant gain there. We'll be up about $110 net profit on this. One of the things that you can really gain from TradeNet is that not only do they give you a buying power of 14,000 with this account, I struggled early in this account, and I'm finally getting into the profits and working my way up. But what really it helps you out in is giving you that buying power. There's not another broker where you can go ahead and take less than $300 and have as much buying power as 14,000. So what you need to do is you need to focus on what TradeNet really gives you. It's the strengths. It gives you that cheap commission, short stocks. You get a chat room, a demo account, and a trading course. So this really gives you the benefit of getting the most bang for your buck. The risk and reward wise really makes sense as you start developing your process and live trading. A lot of you guys are paper trading, but really what you need to go ahead and try to do is do live trading. Start small is something that we really recommend, so that you can go ahead and keep that live account going and work through the down draws so that you can get the profits that you're looking for.
So I ended up getting scared out of AMD. I don't know if it's the right move or not. Sorry, my son came over here and started judo chopping me. Playing with me. So yeah. But
definitely,
yeah,
guys, just check it out.
So yeah, just to explain kind of what it is. So the way it works is you spend $3.99 on a base package, and that's the base package. It's called the intro package. And with that, once you're approved, they give you a course and a demo account and access to their chat room. Hold on, buddy. Here. I gotta focus right now, bud. Thank you. And so they give you all that stuff, and then once you're approved, you get to day trade their $14,000 funded account with no PDT rule and actually short stocks. And again, I think being able to do that is super rare, like Mitch is saying. I think most of the time new traders aren't going to be able to get started for that cheap, and this is the cheapest option. What happens with new traders a lot is that they save up thousands, they deposit thousands into a conventional platform, and then let's be honest, most of the time they lose that. And so with TradeNet and Taps, you're just able to get started for a much cheaper amount. It's much cheaper to get started on TradeNet. You're risking less. You're risking $400, and it's just a really easy way to get started where you can gain that super necessary experience that you need as a new trader but you're not risking thousands of dollars, and you could potentially make money from it. And so, there's a 70-30 split on their base package, and there's a $700 max loss. But again, you're getting a ton of stuff for that. And I think the experience is super valuable with that. And it's something that, will save new traders money. Instead of making a new trader save up thousands, they can get started for $400 and get to actually day trade a real account, potentially make money. But more important than anything is just get that experience. Let me find that link. If anybody wants to check it out, I'll post it here. Alright, so I was looking at EMPH. I missed my entry, unfortunately. I really wanted that entry there, and then I just kind of missed it, team. So maybe I'll get it next time, but it's a little bit too hot for now. But yeah, if y'all want to try it out, there's the link in the chat. I just posted it. Alright, so we are getting a pullback here. I might load up into this pullback for ENPH. I'm going to jump in with 20 shares here, and then maybe add a little bit more as it pulls back. So my risk here is 35.21, and so my risk is a little bit larger. But, I'll go for it here. Add one more 40 share position. Alright, so I'm in with 40 shares. And so, again, I'm just going to keep my risk at 35.20s.
Alright, guys, you guys have a great one. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Good luck, John.
Later, brother. Thanks, man. Good work today. Oof, the spread is huge on ENPH. The spread is huge. So we'll see if that spread can clear up. But I like my entry here, and I'm in with 40 shares. It's a small position. We're gonna see if it works, but that's what I'm hoping for. We need that bid price to stay above the $0.50. Yeah, I'm keeping it pretty tight, Texas, too. Ah, man, you got me. That's right. Oh, man, you got me, man. I am slow, man. You got me. My son pulled the up high, down low too slow on me, man. got him, you know, got me. Alright, so we're testing some levels. Like I said, I'm going to risk 35.22. And if this doesn't work, my friend's funeral is in like an hour and 15 minutes. And so I got to head on out to that thing if this doesn't work. I'll give it the time, though. No, it's not for U.S. citizens only. It's for everybody. You know, I have people in Germany, other people use it, Canada. So yeah, it doesn't matter the country, I don't think. Reach out to them and confirm, but I'm pretty sure the country doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure you can use it basically outside of the U.S. And the way it gets around the PDT rule is like technically it's an educational package, and so you're buying a course and a demo account and access to their chat room. But once you're approved, they basically make you a contractor for them and allow you to day trade their account. And that's how they get around the PDT rule. They give you a 14,000 account. Like, I'm trading with them, but I have a pro package, which is a much larger package. So my package costs like $8,000, and they give me like 240,000 in buying power to trade with. So it's just a much bigger account. But there's different packages with all different sizes in it. Yeah, these charts are lagging for sure a little bit here. I'm watching the NPH, and I like my risk here, which is at 35.20. I do think, just like anything else, though, it's going to get influenced by the market. Market's heading up a little bit, and so we'll see. But just trying to be patient with this one. I traded this one yesterday. This is the one I made like $300 on yesterday, but the spread's huge. And that's the only worrisome factor of this one, is that it's just got a really big spread. There we go. Luckily, it's got a big range, though, and I got a lot of potential to make money on it if it does kind of, you know, run up here. But I'm going to try to be patient with it and see if it breaks out. Mitch left. Mitch is done. Mitch trades the open mostly and then hangs it up. Kind of want to add a little bit more, but again, the problem with the NPH is just the spread is over 10 cents most of the time. Like right now it's about 12 cents, but still 13 cents. But that's the problem with the NPH. It's just the spread's kind of gnarly, and the bid doesn't really update super quick. Alright, so we're testing the $0.50. Like I said, I think I really have to risk this 35.25 level. I think that has to be my risk. I think that's the level that makes the most sense when we're looking at this chart. And I think I just got to stick with that level. And if that means turning around and getting a losing day, that's okay. Like I said, I made like $300 yesterday. I'm almost at $2,000 in profit. And if it's a break-even day today, that's perfectly acceptable. It's going to be a green week this week no matter what, unless something crazy happens tomorrow. You know, you can see my profit here. I'm roughly $1,900, a little bit below $1,900 in profit. And so really nice green day yesterday. And again, I can't be greedy. If today's not a winning day, you know, that's perfectly acceptable and fine. I just have to protect the profit I made yesterday. And part of trading is protecting profit. And so we'll see. But not going to be super crazy today with this market. It's just not really my style. Hey, thank you, Sean. I appreciate it, brother. Do you think trading is addictive? I think at first it is, but I think when you trade as much as I do, which is every single day, it's not. You know, it's not. I don't think. I think when you trade as much as me, it loses its shine after a certain point. When you first start trading, it's new and it's exciting, and you get kind of like a gambler's rush doing it. But as you progress and learn and move forward in your trading, and more so than anything, gain experience, it becomes less like that. At least it should. And if it doesn't, then, you know, you might be gambling a little bit too much or have a gambler's mentality. In the end, you got to try to keep emotions out of it. And that just takes repetition and timing. You know, you repeat it over and over again. You're going to get better at it. It's going to be less serious when you lose. And you're going to understand that losing is part of the game. But yeah, with that said, you know, it is what it is. I guess the point I'm trying to make is that it's not some super exciting thing for me anymore. I love trading. I look forward to the market. I look forward to streaming especially, but it's not I don't get a huge rush when I trade anymore. Hey bud, here, you gotta let me focus. I'm in a trade right now. Here, you gotta go away. Thank you. Sorry, my son's over here pulling down my chair, rocking me while I'm trading. I'm almost finished, buddy, okay? We need the spread to even up. The ask is in the 90s, the bid's in the 70s, so we've got almost a 20-cent spread here. We just need that number to even up a little bit. Got about a 12-cent spread now. I like this, though. This is looking good. We just need the spread to even up. I just need the whole dollar break of 36. We can break 36, you know, much better. There we go. I'm gonna get out a little bit here just in case it turns the other way. But we're gonna let this run up here. See if I can get like a $40 profit on the day. Really up to $36.50 would be ideal. But if not, you know. It's not going to be a losing trade now, at the very least. I'm out of coffee too. Maybe that's a sign. Market's pushing up to test highs. This should be great for my trade. I'm gonna get out there, team. I'm just gonna get out there. Took my little trade up over 40 bucks. I'm done. I'm gonna hang this up. I got a funeral I got to go to in an hour, guys, and so I'm going to take my green trade. No losing trades today. All winners. Actually, no, I gave a little bit back on AMD. I did have one losing trade on AMD, actually. So I think I went, what did I go? I had 2 on AMD. I went 3 for 4. So I went 75% accuracy today. Not too shabby. I'll take it. Green is good, and yeah, you know, I'm definitely happy with that. So here's my P&L on the day. No losing trades. You know, just a small win. Like I said, I do have a funeral I'm going to go to today. I'll be back at my house tomorrow. You know, love you guys. Like I said, you want to use the same platform as us, I'll post this link. Again, I think it's really the cheapest way a new trader can get started in the market. Like I said, if you want to use the same platform as us, you know, the way it works is you pay for a package. There's all these different packages. Some are larger and more expensive that give you more buying power and more favorable splits, and then others are cheap and they allow new traders to really get started for very cheap. And so the intro package is $3.99. With that, it comes with a course and a demo account and access to their chat room, so you get to paper trade for a little bit and learn the platform and test strategies. And then once you're approved for the funded account, they give you 14,000 in buying power to trade with. There's no PDT rule, so you can day trade and short stocks as much as you want. And again, you're getting a ton of buying power for 400 bucks. And again, a lot of new traders end up depositing thousands and losing thousands in conventional brokerages. And most of the time, new traders are just going to lose. And this is a way for a new trader to risk less as a new trader, and that's very rare to find. It's a way to risk less. As a new trader, I know you might have all these dreams of growing your account, but I think in the end, a lot of times they lose because it takes a while to really condition yourself to be a good trader. And so with that, you know, if you want to be able to day trade in short stocks, you get to do it for 400 bucks, and there's a 70-30 split. So if you make 15K from the $14,000 account, they're going to keep 30% of that. So they're going to keep $300, you're going to keep $700, and they'll wire it to you. You can withdraw once per month. But there's also a $700 max loss, and so if you go under 13,300, they close you down. But again, it's a really cheap way to get started. I think it makes a lot of sense for a new trader that's trying to eliminate some of that risk that new traders take with big accounts. And yeah, I'm out of here, guys. So if you want to do that, go check that out. There's the link. There's the link right there, team. Also, guys, if you want to use the same scanners as we do, Nightbot has been posting the scanners, super legit scanners. And if you go through our link, if you scroll up and go to our Trade Ideas link, you can use promo code BT15 at checkout and get 15% off. The best scanners in trading, in my opinion. Super customizable, super dynamic scanners that really you can build strategies and patterns around. And I love using Trade Ideas. They work really, really well. Both of these ways are great ways to help support our channel. Of course, I'm going to be biased to a certain extent in both of these favor because I make a commission if you guys sign up through us. But again, we're just a free resource and community, and so if you want to help us out, it's a great way to keep our content free. Smash that like button if you have not already. Hit that subscribe button if you want to help support us, team. We got 90 likes. Let's bring them up to over 100. You know, it's almost 10 o'clock. We got almost 200 people in here still. So smash that like button if you haven't already. We got 90 likes. We need 10 more beautiful likes to bring that number up to over 100, and I know we can do that. And also, guys, hit that subscribe button. We day trade live for free every weekday morning right here on YouTube, showing you all of our aspects of our trading, showing you our account balances, everything like that. I'm roughly at $1,900 in profit after today. I'm pushing towards that $2,000 mark. We'll see what happens. Good luck, guys. I appreciate all the love, team. And again, smash that like and subscribe button, team. Let's do this. Good luck. I'll see you guys next time. Love you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good day.